the area for rules as well. Discord is where a lot of announcements and communication get sent.
Oh my gosh, I died to deal with this form. I don't know why I didn't understand. I don't really know what happened.
So we go over that as well, so people are aware of how to locate and post the appointments or visits that they have with patients inside of HP. So first things first, I normally like to just go over the RP rules that pertain to us and that we would definitely need to pay attention to, as there are players. I always like to remind people there are other players in this game that have, been in these factions, retired from these factions, and, they're living a different life, as everyone has the free will to change and move around as they please. However, with that being said, I always advise people to be cautious of what they do outside of HP, whether on or off the clock, and because there are other people who would be body cam you outside of HP. So if you are caught doing any violations and they turn BC in, there will be a time where we may need to ask you for your body cam in those instances of when said violation comes up, because we want to clear the air with the admins, because again, RP rules are admin sanctions while our MD rules are our in-house medical HP sanctions. All right, does everybody or anybody have any questions in regards to that aspect of things?
Oh, I'd like to add something. I remember
You want to ask a question?
to add something if I
Are
can.
you referring to, what are you referring to? You said add something. Go ahead.
I remember that about the body count. So, if an issue goes to admins and someone opens a ticket against you, and the admin requests for you the body count, and you don't have the evidence, then that's automatically an MD3 violation. That, that's all. Thank you. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, come on, don't be so quiet.
I know. Well, I'm gonna have my moments where I'm either blowing my nose or coughing, so you just have to give me a minute.
Oh, sure.
Go ahead, Mr. Toxic.
So what if I cannot use webcam then?
What's the question?
So basically, if I'm into a situation and something happened, right? And admin came for some explanation or something like that. And I can't provide any dash cam or something like that. So what's gonna happen to me though?
So, depending on the severity of the evidence that's being provided to admins, they normally come to leadership to ask if we know anything about it, and we would need to speak with the staff member directly to figure that information out. If you are not able to provide the body cam footage, that is when we'll go ahead and determine whether or not they should continue with their admin sanction or a MD sanction.
Got it.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I got one. Does anyone have any good like screen recorder apps?
I've got one, but my voice doesn't sound. It's good though, but I've heard about the loop.
One mic at a time, or type it in the chat. Were you able to hear that information, Dave?
Take try Loom. I wrote it. It's good from space. It has cloud storage, so doesn't get your phones.
Mr. Daniels, were you able to hear that?
No.
Check it actually.
Do you have an Android or an iPhone?
Android.
Okay, so yeah, they put up two suggestions for you in the chat section if you want to scroll up. All right, let's get to it. I don't want to hold you all in here too long. RP3, roleplay rule number 3, NRP power, clearly exceeding the physical capabilities of a character. Punishment is 10 minutes in jail. We have RP4, creating NRP situations. So, violating the RP logic of a character's actions and creating situations that are impossible in real life. Punishment is 15 minutes in jail. So, all of these RP rules, as I read through them, basically anything that we talk about RP is basically, hospital wise, figuring out, CPR routes, our units, our events, stuff like that. But when it starts to be outside, you see, as Miss Pretty Pothead and Eugenia put in NRP, that's literally you using /n to reference anything outside of game capabilities or your character capabilities. So you would use that to do your NRP if you're referencing to anything, especially if you are, um, you know, in game and you're busy walking around your house and you're about to, put your phone down for a second. You could put NRP grabbing a drink, about to get something, some food, something like that. So we're aware that you're doing something outside of the game and not what your character is actually doing. RP5 metagaming, basically speaking of any information from, oh gosh, you can't even hear me. RP5 metagaming, using any information from the, RP6, RP rejection, any means of deviating from RP process to gain a personal advantage. So anytime that there is a patient that comes into HP who may need, assistance, medical emergency assistance, anything like that, and let's say you're not comfortable with doing it or you may need help, let role play it out. Don't get shooken up. And this is what the RP class is about, because again, people could send in body cam footage for you rejecting their RP and their requests. And that's what I'm trying to avoid from anybody getting into that issue, because it's so simple that, it could happen. But just RP it out. Again, we are medical professionals, nurses, doctors, nurse practitioners, medical interns, all of that. So, with that being said, we would do what a actual nurse, doctor, medical intern would do in those instances, and we'll go over that more once we get into the role play, so you can see how it's done in different aspects. That punishment is 30 to 60 minutes in jail. RP7, RP disbalance. So not using the slash do slash me slash try commands properly in a role play setting. That could definitely be an issue if you're not conducting it properly. I believe we all have achieved the CS certification when we, downloaded this server and we did the little trial, the training, like up to like level 8 or something like that. And you went over to City Hall to get your CS certificate. That also informs you on how to use your slash do slash me slash try commands. And there's also information in the game that can remind you of it. But I want to give you all hands on advice here with the RP class. We have RPA AFK. After 5 minutes of no activity, you will be disconnected from it. And then from there, we have RP12 and RP kidnapping. We can all be, involved in a kidnapping as long as it does not exceed 50% of the total number of kidnappers. That's considered unrealistic. Or the kidnapping attempts involving more than 5 characters at the same time are also considered unrealistic. That punishment would be 30 minutes in jail. RP13, NRP faction actions. So, in regards to like what Eugenia mentioned, let's say there was evidence submitted to admins and that evidence is factual, and you know they'll come to leadership to see exactly what we would want to do, because that punishment is a dismissal from the faction or 30 minutes in jail up to a 3-day ban account. But depending on the severity of the situation, admins would come to us to go ahead and verify what we would like to do. In most cases, depending on, and this is case by case, um, it could go from a warning to a dismissal, depending on the evidence and how the conversation will go with the person. RP 14, sexual harassment. So, any form of sexual action, including simulation and explicit dialogue or actions, the use of ethnic and or LGBTQIA plus slurs, as stalking other players or excessive verbal detail and description with sexual undertones. This punishment is 60 minutes of voice and text chat or an account ban, ranging from 24 hours to 30 days. Self explanatory. If you have your body cam on, as we all know, we all have, oh man, we all have experienced trolls. We've experienced very vulgar, people, personalities, and that just comes with the game. It's not going to go anywhere. But if you feel encouraged to go ahead and, submit a ticket on that player, go right ahead. It's all open to all players if they want to go ahead and put in a ticket. And then we have RP 15, provocation of faction members, intentionally provoking members of any faction for entertainment. So again, that's literally trolls trolling you and, provoke you out of your character. Just ignorant players who may just come on here because they think it's GTA when it's really not. And that could lead up to 30 minutes in jail. And then RP 16, criminal acts against emergency personnel. Anytime that we are out doing CPRs, or if we're even at a, faction event, anything like that, and, civilians or gang members are intentionally committing a criminal act towards us, that'll be a punishment of 90 minutes in jail to a 12-hour account ban. And then we should all be aware. I see Mr. Toxic done lagged out, but we should all be aware of the MD rules and how they apply to us and the punishments. Don't want to go over that too much, but you should be aware of it, familiar with it, because those do apply to us as well, especially in cases where someone does, pull up evidence on you in regards to one of the MD rules. And from there, I like to go ahead and ask if there are any volunteers that would like to come up and do some role play for the class. I know it's a small class right now. I know. All right, perfect. Well, I appreciate it. Miss Pretty, you were coming up? All right. So, with the three of us, um, either somebody could choose to be a doctor, somebody could choose to be the patient.
I'll be the doctor. Hey, for sure.
Poti has experience. She should be the star.
Yeah, yeah, I see that.
She couldn't stand to see that.
I lagged out.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know if there's anything I okay. So I was saying one could be a doctor, a nurse, or the patient. And I'll let you all choose, and I'll choose whatever is last.
Speech.
Okay, so it'll be the patient, and then, all right. All right, so yes, ma'am. All right, so if you want to stand off to the stage, I'll come out as if I'm going to the lobby to come grab you and see what all you need. And doctor, you'll be, just minding your own little business until, the nurse comes and grabs you. You know how a doctor is once the nurse.
I got you.
All right, all right. Oh my goodness, ma'am, are you okay? You look like you're stuck in the plot, in the plant. Okay, okay. And what brings you in today? Okay, okay. Well, let me get some documents here to fill out so we can get your intake in. Have you been here before? I understand that. I understand that. All right, so you can go ahead and fill out those forms for me, and then I'll get you all logged in into our system. All right. Give me 1 second, ma'am. All right, ma'am. If you can follow me, I'll lead you to your patient room over here. All right, so while we go ahead and wait for the doctor to come in, I'll go ahead and run your blood pressure really quickly, and then our doctor will continue to do more of the tests for us today, okay?
Hey, good day. How y'all? How you doing?
Hey, doc.
I'm Dr. Bob Skelton. How may I assist you?
All right,
Okay. Madam Pressure, what do you got on her so far?
So at the moment, I am trying to take her blood pressure. And if you wanted to continue the rest of the test, you can, or you can, guide me to do the rest.
Okay. What's the blood pressure level?
Blood pressure level is 120 over 80.
Okay. How you feeling right now, Miss Pretty? Okay. I'm gonna have you uh lie on the bed, and I'm gonna give you some medication to relax your pain. Okay. I gotta write you a prescription for some medicine that you um take, like some tablets, like th- three three per day after meal, and it should ease your headache. Yeah. If if it if any hold on, if it work, or if you have any during the month, if it doesn't work, you could come back and see us. But I think this is pretty good for your symptom, so you should be fine. But if not, you could come and see us. Okay. Yeah, we got you. Madam Pressure, filler, I'm gonna give you this prescription. You could go to the front desk, and Madam Pressure will have you released.
Yes, you can follow me over here to the nurse's station.
Or coming death.
All right, and here are your discharge papers and recommendations to follow up on the routine that the doctor has mentioned for you. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. You're welcome. All right, all right, all right. So that was good. That was good, and you all did a great job. Um, I feel like the only feedback I would give for Bubba when we are conducting like some type of diagnosis and we want to, make it more creative and fascinating. You took the right angle of prescribing her some prescription, but I feel like you skipped a procedure, which is just like running some tests or running some labs, and, and everything else you did perfectly fine.
Thank you. I'll do better next time.
No, yeah. I mean, again, this is what the RP class is about, is just to see how it's conducted, what you would do in those instances, so that, you know, someone else doesn't hound you about your work. And I just want to make sure everybody's prepared to, handle any kind of situation. And as we continue to do these RP classes, the levels of RP will level up because it could get pretty intense, and you would definitely have to keep composure in instances where there are trolls trying to interject and try to these type of things. And yeah, you got to be able to hold it down regardless of who's around, what's going on. Act like you don't even hear them and continue to do what you do best, which is assisting the patient. Um, Aside from that, that's pretty much all to it. In regards to the Discord, there is a template on there. The General Wellness Department forum has the macros that you all could use and utilize on your own time. If you wanted to add them, add some, you could do that. They are like a blueprint for your RP experience. Now, granted, there will be different types of RP things that could occur outside of, um, just a regular old headache or just a wellness check. People could come in for a gunshot wound. They could come in for, I seen we got an appointment for a broken heart, so we got to do open heart surgery or something like that. So it could definitely get a little creative, a little extensive. But as you continue to practice it each time, you'll be able to see why role play is what it is and why people like to role play, especially in HP. So in the general wellness forum on Discord, there are macros and there are two templates. The first template is your appointment template. So if you ever needed to use or set an appointment, let's say, in instance, you're in game online and a patient walks up saying that they need to do something, and you check on the faction members list, there is nobody there. There's nobody there online, so you let them know. Unfortunately, at this time, there are no doctors online, and I can't conduct the procedure by myself. So I can set up an appointment for you and let you know what day is, for you to go ahead and do the RP. You would get their fee, which is the reddish orange card in your inventory bag. Reddish, orange, and white card. That'll be the driver's license. And you would take a screenshot of that and add it to the appointment log. I've already posted some templates already in the general wellness forum thread where you can see how it's set up. Aside from that, you also have the general wellness visit log. So this will be where that procedure is conducted. So you would use that to go ahead and fill out whatever procedure you conducted, whatever wellness examination you conducted on the patient, on um, to be long, extensive. It's just short, sweet, to the point, and yeah, that's pretty much to it. And then you would just post it in the general wellness thread. If you do have any other questions or concerns, you can always contact me on Discord on how to post or what to do. I'm always open and available to assist because, again, I don't want anyone, particularly for those who are in post information. We are role playing as professional doctors, nurses, medical interns, and that such. So we should be able to keep the records as professional as we can. If you have repeat patients, go ahead the same way how you would type your name in a training log to locate all of your trainings to make sure you are set for your requirements and things. You would do the same concept in this log as well. So you can locate that patient's visits, and then you would just reply to the most recent visit so that we can have all of them all attached in that same sequence. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
I know I said a lot.
Are you a real doctor in RP?
No, I am not. I can't stand hospitals.
You sound like a real doctor over here.
Well, that's how hard I RP. And this is why I be in so high demand, because once they see that I do a lot of RP, I get too tied up. And that's why I got an appointment log, because I can't do all RPs all day, every day, because, yeah, can't do it alone. I need everybody else to do it.
Got you.
In order, Lord Toxic, in order. Um, but yeah, it's pretty simple. I'm done with you. It's pretty simple. Again, if you have any questions before posting, just let me know. I can always look over it with you and, guide you to where you need to go with it. We also just want to ensure we are keeping the patient's information confidential. Again, we're role playing as these professional medical professionals, and any information that we put in or add in here, we should not go out and start talking to the other players in the game outside of HP about it. Shouldn't be gossiping about it within the lobby or anything like that, because I kid you not, certain information will get very creative, very absurd, bizarre, you name it, it could definitely pop up. But we just want to make sure we're being confidential so that these patients can always return and come and confide in us and see us with any issues that they have. Oh no, sir, I am not the chief. I am just a deputy chief physician. Um, but aside from that, I just want everybody to enjoy role play for what it is, because it is fun once you understand how to do role play and do it within the rule guidelines. You wouldn't be breaking any rules. You'll be enjoying yourselves. And as long as you stay professional and conduct yourself in a manner, you should be able to have fun. Because remember, we're professional doctors. We should be able to withstand that, okay? Um, aside from that, any other questions? I don't want to keep you all here too long.
Very good.
Keep it
I'm
going, huh?
good.
Keep it going.
Yeah, I'm learning over here.
I'm so done with Lord Toxic. Oh my goodness. Aside from that, that's pretty much it. I Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, if there is no other volunteers at this time, again, if you are shy and not confident enough to uh conduct RP when you are downstairs in the lobby, you can always
Take hold on a little, cause we can't hear you. Take break and then to try again.
If you know,
You coming in and out.
can you hear me?
Go ahead now.
Um, I don't know what's off, but
Ay, 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 ay.
Yeah, nope.
Yeah,
hold up.
it's cutting in and out.
I see the hurt changing. You see that?
Do a restart and come back.
Yep, we will be here. Yes, Jake, we shall.
Can you hear me now?
Yay!
Yay!
Um, I had a notification that said my Wi-Fi disconnected, so maybe that was the problem. But I'm gonna just be real quick. If you are not ready, confident, and just active to do the role play, if somebody comes up to you downstairs in the lobby, just let them know. Unfortunately, at this time, especially if you check on the faction members to try and page a doctor. Most of our doctors know how to role play, and most of our lower ranks know how to role play. So, if you can't find anybody online to, page, you could do flobby paging assistance with a patient in lobby floor one. Somebody should be able to respond to you depending on what time of day it is so that they can take over. If there's nobody online, go ahead and get an appointment set for them. Don't listen to Eugenia.
No, no, no. I'm a bad example.
But yes, there are many ways of you responding to people when it comes to role playing. And again, have fun with it. If you have better creative ways to go ahead and, execute your role play, by all means, it's a game. As long as it's stating what the procedure is done, by all means, have fun with it. Be creative with it. That's what I would like to see. Um, but aside from that, that's pretty much all the information I wanted to give you tonight. Avery, I know you came in a little later, but I will be hosting more later on this week for you to attend. If you can attend, it'll be around the same time again, um, 10:30 Eastern. Depending on how this week goes with this time, we may adjust it for an earlier time. But I also don't want to get it intervened with other events that we have for the week as well. So that's why it's so late. And plus, I work IRL during the day, unfortunately, so I don't have anyone to conduct it in the daytime. But aside from that, meeting is adjourned. Class is adjourned. I appreciate you all for coming. I got my photos of everybody, and I'll go ahead and post who all attended tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doc.
No
Do look
problem.
pretty.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And then well, Lord, I still have some XP to do. So once you get your XP bar full, um, I think you need to do. That's it. I think that's it. You'll need to request for a doctor's interview, and then after your doctor's interview, you would request for a rank up.
Thank you so much for the information, Doc.
Most certainly, most certainly. You all have a great night, okay?
You too.
Thank
Ma'am, Ma'am Press, I think I think you forgot my request.
Hey. Wait, I don't know if this was the one crying because he got shot through the wall. Nah, it wasn't him. It was like a level 8 or something.
Oh shit, nah, I don't cry. You know I tell y'all GG. Come join us, baby girl.
Yeah, I'm good for now.
Ah, damn. Let me know.
For sure.
I added you, okay?